in this drill progression, I call it a remote control drill. As with many of them, we start off very slow and we're focused on very small details. We're going to use the stick. You can use a knife or you don't even have to. The work is all the same. I like using a stick or a knife because it helps the person see the angles and understand the movement. We've been talking a lot about the 6 points of movement, how a person moves, where we move the person from. So just as a repeat, hands and wrists are 1, elbows are 2, head and shoulders are 3, hips are 4, knees are 5, feet and ankles are 6. So in this, he's the attacker, I've got a remote control, just like with a VCR. So I hit play, he starts to come in, I hit stop. I hit rewind, and he should try to move right back to the beginning. What I'm trying to do is see where all those 6 points of movement, what direction and angle are each one of them going. So as I hit play and I hit stop, so I see that this shoulder's coming forward and starting to turn a little bit this way. This elbow pretty much came straight. This hand is going to come down. This hip came in and started to rotate. This knee came forward. Right at the very end, it starts to curl the ankle there. This shoulder, towards the end, is actually kind of moving backwards. This elbow is moving backwards. This hip is rotating around. Same with that knee. So I hit rewind. He comes back. See how all that works. Now, from those movements, I want to pick 1 or 2 of those movement points and accentuate the movement. So I hit play. I fit in. And there. So there, I just simply moved both elbows. This elbow was coming forward, so I helped it. This one was moving back. I moved it back and then slightly up. We get that barrel roll effect that we had talked about, and he goes down. He can go into another attack, or we can do the same, we'll go back to the same attack, and this is nice, is now I want to come up with another solution. And I can do this 2, 3, 4 times. So it's in. Last time I went to that side. Here I can come this side, around and down. So that elbow again was coming forward. I helped it and I turned it a little bit. I could have done the hip. Instead I did the shoulder. Probably the hip would have been better. And down. So he does a different attack. As it comes around, I hit stop. Right? So I saw this is coming around. Here, that's the obvious stuff. So often though, the opposite side of the body, as I hit rewind, I watch there, see how this arm and hand start, is it hits play, this starts to come back around. This creates opportunities if I would choose to move to that side. Same thing with that hip. As I hit play, I start to attack this hip and then take advantage of whatever is available. If you look at it, I'm basically going one of 2 places. It's a generality, it's not always true, but to a large point it is. So I'm either going to move where the weapon came from, which would be over here, or where it ultimately wants to go. So if it were to travel all the way through, it would be there. So as I hit play, same with the knife. So as I hit play, as I step this way, I'm moving to where it wants to go, or where its momentum would take me. If I'm this way, then I can move where it came from. So I'll do some in, I'm slow,
Stop.
control.
Rewind. And play. Stop. Rewind. And play.
Early on with the drill, when you start, I recommend this person actually physically talk about the movement of all the points, right? That way, because that's what you're really studying, is how is your attacker moving, right? And
stop. I see the wrist coming down, elbow slightly at the angle, following it. The shoulder follows the arm, the other shoulder about to go back. Most of the weight is on the front foot, and person, the whole energies.
So look at the shoulder again.
Stop.
It's not moving back. It's actually getting ready to move forward.
Okay, so I didn't see
sometimes it can, yeah. This is what's good for the discussion is sometimes, yeah, a person's going to be like this. Sometimes they're going to be this way because I'm coming with both, right? So this is important to see these things and to understand. So that way,
I see that now.
Yeah, if you try to come and push the shoulder, you're going to be force on force.
Okay.
Right? Instead, though, what you could do is you could step here, knowing that this one's coming forward, and you could move it forward.
How so?
Do it. Step to the inside and move it forward.
Oh, I see. I see.
Right? You may not even get me all the way down, but then you can turn the body.
So the big part of it is actually noticing what kind of attack is happening.
Correct.
Okay. Stop. Okay, now I see it coming down at an angle with downward momentum, and this way I think the shoulder does go this way. So rewind and play. So if I were to help.
Correct. Yeah. This is, I don't even necessarily say it's a full progression, but from here, after we've done this for a while, then you simply go full animation. It's slow and controlled. My job as the attacker is to facilitate a good, challenging event for luck. So I'm like the bus driver. I want to help him get there. I don't want to crash the bus.
And if nothing comes to mind, it's okay to bravely escape?
Yeah, always. You don't have to feel like you have to work from the get-go either. You can wait 1 or 2 attacks. Just practice your avoid and in. So then in, I'm continued. I can even change hands. I actually recommend that the attacker, anytime you're playing the attacker role, to use your non-dominant hand at least 50, if not more, like 60% of the time.
And something I remember you were telling me previously, it helps to have your hands in front of you and move with the body. So then, when it's time to attack, it's a little bit easier.
And if he doesn't move, my job isn't to make him feel good. It's not necessarily to break him either. If he doesn't move, he should get hit at the impact level that we're working. If we're working harder, he'll get hit harder. But at first, we're just in. As I guess there could be the third progression would be, okay, now I'm animated, but I'm going to use both hands and both feet, right? So as I'm in, I can start to hit. Maybe I shouldn't hit quite so hard. Oh yeah, nice. So in that one, I caught your elbow. You think about range. You're right in my optimal range.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to sometimes move it back, but if you had moved forward.
Oh, okay.
Right? And if you move forward and into the strike, you'll catch it before I reach my best power stroke, right? So I'm in, if you, okay, yeah, that's good, you stepped away, but experiment stepping in.
It's different.
Yeah, and then because you're stepping in from the movement, yeah, your hand should be there, that should be a strike, exactly. So then you're playing with that range that we talk about, right? So in, and the knee.
Yeah, knees right
there. Yeah, think about with the G.I. Joe. Boom. Here, just touch. So we talk about you move where it came from or where it wants to go. And then as you move, your hands are there, use them. Your knees are there, use them. Just start to touch those 6 different points of movement. So as I'm in, I'm there.